morning, America. This is the book of First King, chapter 6, verse 19. And I have decided to read this one because here you can see how the details of the construction of the temples of Solomon. It is written the temple of Solomon, but in fact, Solomon built it for the Lord Yahweh. So it says, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, he prepared the inner sanctuary within the temple to set the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord there. The inner sanctuary was 20 cubits long, 20 wide, and 20 high. He overlaid the inside with pure gold. So he overlaid the inside with pure gold, and he also overlaid the altar of cedar. Solomon covered the inside of the temple with pure gold, and he extended gold chains across the front of the inner sanctuary, which was overlaid with gold. So he overlaid the whole interior with gold. So he overlaid the whole interior with gold. He also overlaid with gold the altar that belonged to the inner sanctuary. He also overlaid with gold the altar that belonged to the inner sanctuary. In the inner sanctuary, he made a pair of cherubim of olive wood, each 10 cubits high. One wing of the first cherubim was 5 cubits long, and the other wings 5 cubits, 10 cubits from wing to tip to wing tip. The second cherubim also measured 10 cubits, for the two cherubim were identical in size and shape. The height of each cherubim was 10 cubits. The height of each cherubim was 10 cubits. He placed the cherubim inside the innermost room of the temple with their wings spread out. The wing of one cherubim touched one wall, while the wing of the other touched the other wall, and their wings touched each other in the middle of the room. He overlaid the cherubim with gold on the walls all around the temple in both inner and outer rooms. He carved cherubim palm trees and open flowers. He also covered the floors of both the inner and outer rooms of the temple with gold. For the entrance of the inner sanctuary, he made doors of olive wood with 5 size jambs. And on the 2 olive wood doors, he carved cherubim palm trees and open flowers, and overlaid the cherubim and palm trees with beaten gold. In the same way, he made 4 size jambs of olive wood for the entrance to the main hall. He also made 2 pine doors, each having 2 leaves that turn in sockets. He carved cherubim palm trees and open flowers on them, and overlaid them with gold, hammered evenly over the carving. And he built the inner courtyard of 3 courses of dressed stone and 1 course of trimmed cedar beams. The foundation of the temple of the Lord was laid in the fourth year, in the month of Siv. The month of Siv was, the meaning of that is the month of light. So we can see that in everything, the details, in the time, everything has a meaning in the construction of the temple. So here we can see that God is a God of Cairo. Cairo means that in everything he has a time, a specific time for everything. In the 11th year, in the month of Bul, the 8 months, the temple was finished in all its details. It has a specific meaning in the beginning of the construction, and also have another specific meaning in the finish and the completion of the construction of the temple. He started the construction in the month of Siv and finished the construction in the month of Bul. Here is finished. It says, in the 11th years, in the month of Bul, the 8th month, the temple was finished. in all its details. According to its specifications, he had to spend 7 years building it. He spent 7 years building the temple of the Lord. Apostle Sanchez.